Do you want to pay all of that tax to live in a world where your kids aren't safe to walk the streets? I didn't go down the gym to meet Crawford and Floyd. I was just in the gym. They probably heard I was there, so they wanted to pull up. You know what I'm saying?
The world of boxing isn't just about what happens inside the ring. Sometimes the real drama happens outside of it, in press conferences, interviews, and live TV moments that shake the whole industry. Recently, a major moment caught the attention of fans worldwide. Eddie Hearn exposed Floyd Mayweather live on TV, and Floyd didn't stay silent.
Guys carry on and they do the exhibitions and all that kind of stuff. It just sort of diminishes the legacy a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And that's what I feel like's happened with Mayweather.
Why do you think he does those things though? Do you think
for money?
I
don't think he's got the money he says. That's what I think.
You think he still needs the money after all these years?
I don't think he needs the money. But you know when you got that lifestyle, right? So
Today, we break down exactly what happened, what Floyd said, and what this means for the future of boxing. First, a quick reminder. Floyd Mayweather is one of the greatest boxers of all time. Undefeated with a record of 50-0, Mayweather dominated boxing for 2 decades. He's known for his defensive genius, business smarts, and his ability to turn fights into massive money-making events.
Well, I think I'm separated now. You know, I don't think there's no boxer in history that has accomplished what I've accomplished. Not bragging or boasting, just speaking the truth. I take my hat off to a lot of legendary champions, you know, that paved the way for me to be where I'm at in the sport of boxing. But that was their era, and this is my era. I had a tremendous career. And we got young fighters that's on the rise, that's under our banner, the ultimate goal.
Since retiring, Mayweather has stayed active promoting fights, running his company Mayweather Promotions, and even participating in exhibition bouts. Floyd doesn't just fight in the ring, he's a major player in the business of boxing, too. Eddie Hearn is one of the most powerful promoters in the world. As the chairman of Matchroom Boxing, he's worked with major stars like Anthony Joshua, Canelo Alvarez, and Devin Haney.
That's that thing. This the one that was talking about, because you know I was doing a couple of exhibitions, having fun. He just wasn't talking about, I may not have no money, but he know how many buildings I got. Talk to him, tell him.
the flats, the apartments, the offices.
Hearn has been a key figure in bringing boxing back to huge arenas and global audiences through deals with broadcasters like DAZN. But Hearn isn't afraid to speak his mind, even if it means calling out other big names like Mayweather. During a recent interview on DAZN Boxing Show, Eddie Hearn was asked about the state of boxing promotions, and he didn't hold back.
I didn't go down the gym to meet Crawford and Floyd. I was just in the gym. They probably heard I was there, so they wanted to pull up. You know what I'm saying?
What was that like?
Yeah, I mean, I've never really spoke to Floyd before. I've met him half a dozen times, and we've sort of said hello and all that kind of stuff. But actually, he's a funny fucker. He is. And I'm single-handedly making Terence Crawford the most popular fighter in the world.
He pointed out how certain promoters, including Floyd Mayweather, are protecting their fighters too much. Hearn said, "Some people in this game don't want their fighters to take real risks. They want to keep them undefeated and just sell the brand, not the fights." While Hearn didn't mention Floyd's name directly at first, it was clear from the context he was referring to Mayweather Promotions, especially their handling of fighters like Gervonta Tank Davis.
Damn Floyd Mayweather, Money Mayweather. What, they got you up under the gun again on $25 million in taxes? Hey man, you know, stuff about to get real for you, Floyd, man, because you already owe Gervonta Davis $33 million that you ain't paid him.
Then, when pressed, Hearn made it even clearer. He said, "There's no point building fighters if you're too scared to put them into real 50-50 fights. The fans aren't stupid." This clip went viral, and fans on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube immediately started tagging Floyd, asking how he would respond.
I'll tell you why I like Eddie. So one day, somebody, because you know I don't have social media on my phone. Yeah. So they showed me Eddie. Eddie was like, Floyd Mayweather ain't got no money. That's why he doing exhibitions. No, Eddie don't believe that now.
It didn't take long for Floyd to respond. In a post-fight media scrum after one of his exhibition fights, Floyd was asked about Eddie Hearn's comments. Floyd smiled and said, "Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Eddie's a promoter. He's supposed to promote. But remember, the last time I checked, my fighters are undefeated and millionaires."
But remember, you was the one that was saying that because I was doing an exhibition. Yeah, that's not why you do it. No. So I have fun. It's fun. Keep me in shape.
I think you should come back.
No. I don't have to come back.
Don't do the exhibition.
So, no, I can't do an exhibition. You know why?
He continued to add, "Eddie Hearn don't know what it's like to be in the trenches. He don't know what it's like to lace up the gloves. I built my legacy the hard way. And now I'm building my fighters to be smart, not just in the ring, but in life." Floyd made it clear he doesn't think fighters need to be rushed into dangerous fights just to impress critics. "You can have all the belts in the world and still be broke. I teach my fighters how to fight smart and live smart."
Bye. You buy. Pick up a couple dollars. You know, they upset. See, they upset because I'm able to milk the game. I'm smart. Kept all my faculties. Made a lot of smart investments. So, you know, when great people like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, the Waltons, the people that own Walmart, Walgreens, when they're getting money in their 50s, their 60s, their 70s, 80s, and even 90s, it's okay. A young kid like myself from the inner city, from the ghetto, I worked my way to the top. I was able to leave boxing on my own terms and keep all my faculties, kept a lot of my money. So they're upset that I'm able to go out there and continue to make 40 and 50 and 60 million outside the ring. You can't get mad. Yo, listen, this is what God wanted.
This clash isn't just about two big personalities. It's about two different philosophies on boxing. Eddie Hearn's goals for his fighters are to focus on making the biggest fights possible, risk losses if necessary to give fans exciting matchups, and to grow fighters' brands through tough competition.
I've been having my own brand, so no one can mute me out. I believe in standing on my own 2 feet. I never had to deal with a shoe brand, and I still was able to make over $1 billion. So I get tired of hearing that I need them.
But Floyd Mayweather has taken a slightly different approach by protecting fighters' health and records. Focus on long-term financial success and avoid unnecessary risks until the biggest payoff is guaranteed. Both sides have a point. Fans want big fights, but fighters also need to protect their careers and health.
I'm still collecting checks from fights 7 to 8 years ago. I'm still collecting checks. Why? Because I made smart moves. The money kept coming on the 18th every month. 50,000 would come in. I still was competing. I still was fighting. I still was active, and I still was making crazy.
This isn't the first time Mayweather and Hearn have bumped heads. In 2019, Floyd criticized Hearn for overpaying fighters in his early DAZN days, saying, "Throwing money around doesn't build a superstar."
But Eddie will say some shit like that, man. Eddie will say some shit, but no, but one thing, don't worry about that. But me and Eddie got it clear, didn't we, Eddie?
Yeah.
One thing, me and my buddy got it clear.
We said as long as it's 10 or 20, no problem. Anything less, can't be less than 10, because then we're struggling for money. Right.
Hearn, in turn, has often hinted that Mayweather's business style is outdated in today's fast-moving, content-driven world. There's real tension between the old-school promoter style Floyd represents and the global media-driven style Eddie Hearn is building. The boxing world is split. Some fans agree with Hearn, saying fighters are being protected too much, leading to boring fights and long waits for big matchups.
Don't nobody watch Floyd fight to see how amazing he is. They watch it for the opportunity to see him lose.
Right.
Because they don't like him. They don't like him because everything that he says is about money. There's nothing else. There's no values. There's no... Like the people's champ, like Ali was standing for the same things.
Right.
Others back Floyd, saying fighters need to be smarter today to avoid being chewed up by the system and left broke and damaged, like many legends from the past. On social media, you could see both hashtags trending. Floyd was right. Hearn tells the truth. Boxing YouTube channels exploded with debates. Pundits, ex-fighters, and fans all weighed in.
I got a lot of cash, OPM.
Okay.
OPM. You don't always have to use your money. That's why it's very important for y'all to make sure y'all keep y'all credit right.
Talk to us about
Very important. And so, you know, the blacks, the Hispanics can go out there and get certain loans. I'm also working on me and some of my business partners. I'm getting a bank, actually. So it's so many different things I'm working on.
That's incredible. Clap it up for that.
So I'm able to.
The bigger question is, where is boxing heading? Will promoters push fighters into big, risky fights early, like Eddie Hearn wants? Or will they build stars slowly and carefully, like Floyd Mayweather believes?
Last question. Are we going to see Davis Garcia 2, the rematch?
It all depends. I mean, because, you know, it's up to them two.
Right.
Still a big money fight.
Huge.
It was a hell of a fight. First fight. Like I said, it was a minor setback, but a major comeback in his last fight.
Right.
Hot back, made some millions, enjoying life, living life. That's what it's about.
Fighters like Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis, Devin Haney, and Shakur Stevenson will be the test case. Fans are demanding big fights now, but promoters are playing a long game with their stars' careers and paychecks.
I'm single-handedly making Terence Crawford the most popular fighter in the world because I am the only one that's ever brought out his personality. True or false? Like, and Terence is one of the top guys in the sport.
But even if he wasn't, you'd still say that because your business mind now is working and you're going,
I wouldn't say top. I might say top, but he's unbelievably humble. Let me give you an example.
This tension between making money and making history will define boxing's next generation. At the end of the day, Floyd Mayweather and Eddie Hearn are both trying to grow the sport in their own ways. They just have very different ideas about how to do it. One thing's for sure, when two giants like Floyd and Eddie clash, the fans are the real winners, because it puts pressure on everyone to deliver the fights we all want to see. Whether you side with Floyd's careful empire building or Hearn's aggressive matchmaking, the future of boxing is going to be exciting.